But tell me, just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. We want to be free to ride. We want to be free to ride our machines without being hassled by the man. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a party.
Welcome to another shit show on the Biker's Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Dirty and Tank.
Well, here we are again, trying to light a fucking cigar. That did the trick. Once again, I struggle to figure out what to talk about. Well, let's see. Tank is still in Florida. I recently got off the phone with him. He's gonna go ride his motorcycle and sit next to a body of water and smoke a better cigar than this thing. And envious. I'm envious, but at the same time, you can't fault a guy for taking advantage of being somewhere better in his life than fucking Wisconsin in December. So, fucking much love for him. Well, maybe that's something I'll talk about is, all this fucking hating that I see on the internets. Mostly on Facebook. I don't even fuck with Facebook hardly anymore. I'm on that Instagram. It's nothing but porn stars and chopper builds. You know what I mean? That's a better way to live, I think, But yeah, man, whenever you're on Facebook, whenever you're on these groups, there's always this fucking hate. Always this fucking person bitching about this other person, Oh, the younger generation, they're not as hardcore. You ever seen those fucking memes? You know those memes where it's like James Dean on one side and some hipster gay dude on the other side on like a fucking motorized scooter? I get it, but like there were pussies back in the day too, if I'm not correct, right? I'd have to call my brother Pops up and make sure of this, but I'm pretty sure because I saw pictures of gay dudes in fucking the 1970s and 80s and shit that were kind of a little light in the loafers. So, I mean, it's all perspective, man. I don't know. Maybe we all need to have a different perspective. Maybe the world's not going to shit. Maybe we are, us people on the interwebs. As I bitch about the internet while being on the internet. But, what are you supposed to do, man? You on this biker page, insert name of biker page here. And there's some dude bitching about how somebody's not doing something they would do better. Or there's somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing. They're either not hardcore enough, they don't fucking ride their bike enough, they don't fucking, I don't know, wear the right kind of jeans, I got no sympathy for people that wear skinny jeans, just like I got no sympathy for fucking Goldwing riders, okay? You know who the fuck you are, you fucking pocket protector having sons of bitches. If anybody else follows Shade Tree Surgeon, he recently rode a Goldwing. It was like from the 80s. I don't know what year. It was from the 80s. And he rode it from down by Tampa to Niagara Falls and back. And it made it. It did the journey. It's a fucking Honda Goldwing fucking from the 80s. So it had its problems, but it did do it. So can you ride a Goldwing hardcore across the country? Yeah, you absolutely can. Can you look cool doing it? No, you can't. And let's be honest, looking cool is important, okay? We wouldn't have these things if it wasn't for the fact that we want to look cool while we're doing cool shit. You know what I mean? Is the echo real bad for you guys? I'm sorry, I'm in the garage again, once again, We got other episodes planned in the very near future. Brother Miho, I think he's supposed to be doing one with us, but we got some changes coming. If you noticed, I had some different music playing, I could do little things like, or, I don't know if is that picking that up? Yeah, it's working. Fuck it. So we're adding new equipment. And another piece of equipment that we're adding is a GoPro. I picked up a used GoPro on eBay because it fit my budget. And we'll be doing more things in the future on the road, you know, because the device that I bought from Sweetwater, where if you need any audio equipment, Sweetwater's the place to go. The motherfuckers called me up, right? They called me up to ask me if my purchase, you know, just to let me know my purchase was on its way, and if, you know, I had any questions, give them a call. Fucking really nice guys. And then I get this Zoom 4, whatever the fuck it is, board recorder deal, and they had candy in it. They had a bag of candy, like old school, like Smarties and, you know, Tootsie Rolls and all this other stuff. I'm like, wow, what a nice company. I mean, it came extremely quick. I think it took 2-3 days. Oh, dying here. Yeah, I mean, customer service off the charts. Yeah, just super awesome. The reason why you see me looking this direction is there's a computer and I'm watching levels and shit, making sure I don't blow out fucking people's eardrums with my yelling. Anyways, so we're not getting professional, but we're getting more capable. You know, with the GoPro and this device here, all we need is a small bag of shit, and we can come to people. That sounded dirty. We could go places and do podcasts with very minimal things. Just everything that we got now can fit in a saddlebag. We can jam out the people's. I mean, I'd love to go down south and interview fucking Shade Tree Sergeant, man. You know, I've got questions, you know. I'd like to go and check out, you know, Black Dragon, you know, check out his chapter, check out what he's got going on. I don't listen to enough of those podcasts anymore. I mean, and I think a lot of it has to do with, ever since I started doing this deal, I kind of try not to listen to other people's deals because I don't want to start, like, stealing their shit, you know, because if it's in your mind, you're going to start talking about it because there's no script. I got no paper. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just rambling. And, you know, yeah. So, big things are coming. I know this video's coming out late, and fuck you, you get what you pay for. I don't know what to tell you. You know, I mean, we don't make any money doing this. We're losing money doing this, but the whole idea of this whole podcast was to get people to tell their story and to fucking give them a voice. And if they wanted to get shit out there, we'd try to give them a platform where 10 people would hear it and, you know, whatever, you know. That's what we're trying to do. And, yeah, so, oh, and I don't remember who it was, but somebody made a YouTube comment, and we read every single one of our YouTube comments, so go ahead and comment below. Hold on. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. This is where my life is at right now, just so you know. Anyways, there was a YouTube comment that said my garage was too clean. Let me put it to you like this. This section is the cleanest section in the garage. Everywhere else off camera is fucked. Is just fucked. There is old stuff, new stuff, crap, things I don't even know where I got certain things. Like, how did I get that? But I need it. You never know when you might need it, so I can't get rid of it. And yeah, so yeah, don't think I'm living too high on the hog. And this is a 1-car garage, by the way. Well, 1.5, 1 1/3, right? So the reason why the bike's not torn apart is I have shitbox vehicles, and I got to work on my shitbox vehicles. So this thing has to be somewhat mobile, so I can move it around, because you never know when I got to bring some pile of Chevy in here and fix a damn thing. But we'll get there. And that GoPro, I don't know, maybe we should do some how-to videos. How to tear apart, say, a Road King. Or how to properly sight in an AR-15 with a Hollow Sun aim point knockoff red dot scope sight deal. Not really a scope, just a, what do they call it, a reticle? Yeah, it's a reticle. whatever. Probably won't do that because I lost all my guns in a boating accident. So that sucks. I don't know what to do. Yeah. Anyways, so I don't like getting political because, you know, I don't recommend politics to anybody. But if you're going to be political and you're going to vote and you want this country to stand for something more than just transgender bathroom problems or budgets or whatever, vote Tank 2024 for president of these United States of America. I mean, yeah, Tank 2024. We're doing it. But anyways, yeah, I guess that's all I got for this week. Next week, hopefully, we'll have a guest and we'll do big things in big places. We'll get back down to the clubhouse and interview somebody. I don't know. We might not. It might be more of this dumb shit. More of this dumb shit in this dumb-ass fucking garage with broken-ass fucking motorcycles and janky-ass audio equipment, and bullshit fucking cameras that apparently make me look like I'm in, you know, the early 2000s. But whatever, man. So, until we see each other again, this is Dirty with an unlit cigar, signing off.
Hey, how's everybody doing, man? This is Tank down here in Florida. Spending my winters down here because, you know, I can now. On a new winter segment that we're going to be doing here in the Biker's Lifestyle podcast called Tank's an Asshole because he gets to spend the winter in Florida and ride his bike year-round. So, for all the you grumbling out there because, oh, it must be nice. Geez, well, yeah, you know, it kind of is. And yeah, fuckers, I earned it. You know, 58 years old, and I got to a point where I can actually do this. Didn't help that the doctor kind of helped me along, and about 2 years ago gave me 18 months to live, and still alive. That's right, Doc. Fuck you. Proved you wrong. Proved everybody wrong. But I think they do that sometimes just to kind of scare you and jumpstart you and get you to change your wicked ways in life, man. But here we are, Biker's Lifestyle Podcast, Florida segment. Just got off the scoot. Beautiful day out there, man. It was about 80 degrees once again. We had a little bit of cold spell earlier this week. Somebody turned the off switch on, or hit the off switch, I should say, and it got down to 40 degrees overnight, which is pretty fucking cold for these people down here in Florida. Having some Wisconsin blood, I'm still out walking around with just a hoodie on, riding the scoot with a hoodie on. People kind of looking at me like I'm weird. Well, I am weird. But, you know, shit gets down to 40 degrees down here, and they turn the heaters on, have huge bonfires, and start walking around in down coats and pissed off and grumbling. We had to actually endure almost 60 hours of temperatures where it was down and it was cold. Ooh. Well, where to go? Dirty's up north. I don't know who he's going to have in the studio with him. The clubhouse with him. Like we're fucking high-tech on the Biker's Lifestyle podcast. You guys, anybody who's listeners know, and it was pointed out to us, just wanted to say, on one of our followers that we shouldn't sell ourselves short, and we actually have more than 7 or 8 listeners, and so, hey, that's kind of cool. So, you know, I guess we're starting to expand out there. Really don't care. We started all this shit really just to kind of show everybody that, you know, hey, bikers are people too, and you know, it ain't like what you see in Hollywood and what you see on TV. And, you know, there is an actual lifestyle to it. And, well, you know, I'm thinking back. We've done 37 episodes, I think, now. And haven't really talked about, you know, my biker's lifestyle. I quit drinking. I had to. That was part of that whole doctor thing. Hey, you're going to die. Your liver's failing. Your kidneys are failing. You know, that whole deal. But I did. I stopped drinking, one of the hardest things I ever did. Did it cold turkey. Probably should have gone to the hospital. I'm an idiot. I didn't. Longest week of my life, man. Fucking detoxing from all that booze. Yada, yada, yada. You heard the story. Whatever. here I am, still full of piss and vinegar, ready and raring to go, man. And, I'm thinking I'm down here in Florida. I miss my club brothers. Yeah, I actually miss some of those. I miss all those assholes. I really do. It'd be nice to have some of you guys to ride down here with. Hell, it'd be nice to have you all down here. Nice being able to do a whole club visit down here, But that ain't going to happen. And so a lot of times I find myself solo in the saddle, kind of cruising around the area here that I live in, Manatee County. And let me tell you, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to see. But there's also a lot of traffic everywhere. And I'm only about 8 miles from the coast right here, about a mile from water, but 8 miles from the coast. And, that's where all the bikini babes are and all the sunshine and the beaches and stuff are and all the cool places to go. And you got to go through a lot of traffic to get there. So it might be 8 miles. It could take me 20, 25 minutes sometimes just to ride out there. Depends on how it is. And so I took a little tour. One of the things I like to do down here in Florida, some of you may know, some don't. Hey, if you don't know, don't worry. I build custom fishing rods. That's one of the things that I do. Some nice stuff too. Some real thread art. I call it rod porn because it's some really, really high-end stuff. Built a few rods for some club brothers. They know what I'm talking about. And I love to fish, man. I really do. And I'm always looking for that area to fish where I can just get out there, throw a line in the water, feed some fish, maybe catch a couple, have a good time. So I'm scoping out areas and public areas where I can go fishing. And that's what I was doing the other day. Riding around Bradenton. I was over in Palmetto. And you'll see I was over at Palmetto Harbor at the Palmetto Fishing Pier. It's a real long pier, beautiful area. Just on the other side of Bradenton Harbor, right on the Manatee River, which goes right out to the Gulf of Mexico. Real nice. Then I took a little cruise up to Palmasola. Palmasola is on Palmasola Bay, which is right next to Sarasota Bay. That goes out to the Gulf of Mexico. Pretty cool place, man. It's been there. I guess there was a fishing pier they built out there in 1908. And there's also some dude you can go and rent horses. You can get on a horse and ride along the beach. And when I was out there doing the little vignettes for this segment of the podcast, there were some people out there riding through the water. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to have to bring the old lady out there. She's an old equestrian from years back. Used to do a lot of riding, do a lot of show work. She was a barrel racer. Man, she had like boxes and boxes of ribbons and trophies and stuff when I met her. But, we traded off the fleshy horse for the iron horse when she got with me. And, I like to get her out on four legs, as it were, every now and then. But that was kind of cool, stopping over there at Palmasola to check that out. And then I found that little gem out there. So she doesn't watch this show, so I'll tell you, that'll be one of her Christmas presents is me being able to bring her out there so she can get out and ride a horse again. Then I cruise on out over to Anna Maria Island. That's where all the rich fuckers are. Beautiful, beautiful area, man. Anna Maria, it's like a big barrier island. It kind of saves Manatee County and Bradenton from a lot of the hurricanes and shit that come around. And from there, I went over to Bradenton Beach and took a few shots, little camera worked out there on the Gulf of Mexico. And, man, it was a beautiful day that day. It really was. It was just like glass out there. And there were a few dolphins working the area and some people. It was like a Tuesday, I think it was. And it was real nice. It's nice, but, I turned around just to show the scoot in the picture. And, that's one of the things you don't realize here is, when they show a lot of the beaches and stuff and you're going along the beaches, you're going to come here as a tourist and you see those nice high-rise areas that you get your hotel in and you got all the strip where you're going along with the bars and you're drinking in the tiki huts and stuff. And there's just a lot of traffic and it's just right behind you. So there's a lot of traffic all over the place. From there, I went to Bradenton Beach Pier. Bradenton Beach Pier is a pretty cool place. It was the old causeway between Cortez and Bradenton Beach, which is really the whole long peninsula. Goes Anna Maria Island, Holmes Beach, Bradenton Beach, then Long Beach, then Siesta Key. That's that show you see on MTV2 or whatever the hell it is. Siesta Key, the reality show where all the rich fucks are out there driving around showing all their opulence and how they don't have to have all the worries that us normal people have. But it's really cool because when they took it out, actually a hurricane took it out, and they kept the old roadway there, and the roadway became like a road that goes out. There's a nice little restaurant that's out there, and then that goes out to the pier. The pier is probably, I don't know, 5 football fields long. It's a great fishing area. I've been out there several times right after hurricane. There were about 4 boats that were completely sunk, sailboats that had pushed right up against the pier up out at the outer end. They moved some pilings a little so you can't get all the way out. Right when I got there, a guy caught a nice 3-4 pound pompano, and we were laughing about it because I became good luck for him. So I walked out, and boom, he caught the biggest fish he'd ever caught out there, which is kind of nice. And from there, I was tooling around, Bradenton area. I'd like to do that. Like I say, I like to scope out fishing areas. And one of the areas is the Braden River. Now, the Braden River is close here where I live. I'm over in East Bradenton, right next to Lakewood Ranch. And Braden River, I'm tooling around. And then I see this coolest friggin' fucking boat I've ever seen, man. And it was like an airplane wing that goes out in the water. And big no trespassing signs all over the place, and so I kind of stayed in the road. And it was from Aeronautics or Aeronautical, and I did a little right there on the road. I looked it up on my phone, and it turns out some guy builds them right there at his house. He's got a little big shop right next to it, and he was making these things based on aerodynamics. He was an old NASA engineer or something. And he said, well, I can come up with a better plan than what they got going on. And so he built these air wings that go onto the water and sold the rights or something. And they are manufactured now. They make them in smaller boats. And they got this little torpedo thing that's like a dolphin boat. It's like a wave runner, but it's all enclosed. And it goes under the water and it comes out. It's like you're a dolphin or something. It's pretty cool. So I took a few pictures of that. A couple video that I was there. Just showing it off, and next door the big "Beware a Dog" sign, and the guy must have had a lot of tourists and stuff come by, because right at the end of the video, I'm going to cut it out because you can't hear anything. He must have had a couple of dogs in there barking all over the place, so he got a little threatened by me sitting there. He was probably a Florida man. You got to worry about them down here, the Florida men. You can always tell they got the big trucks with the big wheels, and I just kind of leave them alone, I kind of leave a lot of people alone down here. I just want to live my own deal down here, man. Yeah, here I am down in Bradenton Harbor. One of the nice things about the wintertime here in Florida, it's tough riding, boy. It was almost 50 degrees this morning when I woke up, so winters get really tough here, but it's close to 80 right now. One of the spots I love to come fishing. It's a nice long city pier over there. It's free. Don't have to worry about a fishing license down here. Little downtown Bradenton over there. I'm on the Palmetto side here. So I just love fishing. Love it down in Florida. Still wishing I had some club brothers down here though. Even the assholes. You know who you are. I know my own kind. So, yeah. Someone's got to do it. So it's a whole other world going on down here, folks. Nobody's wearing any masks running around here. People going in and out of restaurants. Bars are open, going, people on the beaches. It's almost as like life as we used to know it. Looks to be about high tide right now, or getting close to it. It's coming in. But you gotta love this, man. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. And so for all you up there in the north, we're going, fucking Tank's an asshole. He's down there in Florida, gets to ride, didn't have to worry about putting his bike away. Well, I earned it. Took a long time. Long time. Here comes this guy coming in a nice Boston whaler. So it's just a little slice of my day. Just went to a
fishing shop, talked to a guy about possibly doing some guide repair for some rods, get a little extra work. Picked up a new reel. He's going to have me try out another reel for it because I'm doing an acid wrap for a rod. So he's got a reel for me to try for that tomorrow. Said, hey, I'd take it for the weekend. Captain John, nice guy, seems. So hopefully I can get out in his boat and do a little big boy fishing out in the Gulf. Another shot of Bradenton Harbor here. This is what I'm looking at, folks. Nice on the palmetto side. See, he's got the nice palm trees. Tamiami Trail on the causeway there. Here's the Scoot. All by itself during the week. Scoot underneath the palm tree. God, I love this ship. Slice of heaven, man. Yeah, a little stop out on Palmasola here in Bradenton. Beautiful area. Been here since 1908. Little public fishing pier there. This all eventually goes out to Sarasota Bay, which goes out to the Gulf of Mexico. These little pavilions and stuff. Kind of nice. Free to use. The old Scoot in there with the palm tree. Again, boy, winters are rough here in Bradenton, Florida, let me tell you. I don't know if I can handle it. It's a little cold today. It's about 79, so almost had to put a hoodie on. Just kidding. Nice little area. Right at the beach, you can actually rent horses and go out a little horseback riding. They go right out in the water, so it's kind of cool. All along the beach. Nice little area. See the pavilions. One of the many beautiful things about Manatee County. Love it here. But like I said, someone's got to do it. And remember, everybody, you get what you paid for on the Biker's Lifestyle Podcast. That's right. And sticking with the tanks and asshole theme, little stop out here at Bradenton Beach, right out in the Gulf of Mexico. Beautiful, calm day today, man. Makes me wish I rented a boat and was out there fishing today. Keep in mind, this is winter, everybody. It's 80 degrees, it's cold here. But you got the nice pier and jetty they've got there. Go out there, do a little fishing. Little people during the week doing a little beaching, as it were, a little sunbathing. Believe it or not, that sun's not out there too much, but boy, you'll get a tan, let me tell you. A couple of dolphins working their way around there. And once again, we'll get the Scoot in the pitch. There we go. It's the coast road. Goes up all the way to Anna Maria Harbor to my left and down to Longboat Key and Siesta Key to my right. And once again, yes, Tank is an asshole. And again, Tank's an asshole. Here we are, circling out of Sarasota Bay. It's Bradenton Beach Pier. Nice pier. I like to come out here and do a lot of fishing. This causeway goes over to Cortez. Still closed though after the hurricane right there. We had about 4 boats, 4 sailboats that were all completely down under, right along right here. Looks like one of them right there, they got back up. But yeah. But nice area. Walked right out in the dock. That guy right there caught a nice pompano. Right as I got there. Used to be the old road out to Bradenton Beach from Cortez. They made it into a pier. Once again, Tanks and Asshole. It's Tank again on the Tanks and Asshole because he lives in Florida now for the winter and he gets to ride year round. Just one of the many things I see on my little journeys riding around here. I'm always searching for little fishing spots, little inlets, places like that I can go. And I come across this right here. This little V10 contraption. Whatever the fuck it is, man. Oceanaeronautics.com. Pretty wild looking contraption, let me tell you. It says stay away, so I'm going to stay out in the road, but they got it right down here on the side. And I don't know what it is, man. I know I just want to friggin' take it for a cruise. It says it's one of a kind. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Did a little research. And actually the guy that did this is the inventor of it. And this is where it was originally made. And he sold it, I guess, now. And there's a company that actually makes smaller versions of this. This is a one-shot deal, but he made them for the military. And then he makes them now. They're little, like, 1- or 2-man vehicles. I think it's a 1-man vehicle. It looks like a dolphin and actually can go under the water and then pops out. It's like a little jet ski. It's like a little submarine. Pretty wild, man. It's right here in the Bradenton River. And tell me you don't want to friggin' ride that. Man, that thing is wild looking. But just to walk around here and show a little front. There's the Bradenton River there in the background, kind of hard to see. You don't want to piss the neighbor off. He's got a beware of dog sign or no trespassing stuff everywhere. But I'm on the road. You're right by the Bradenton River. Once again, Tank's an asshole because he gets to ride year round because he decided he wants to spend his winters in Florida. Riding around. Biker's Lifestyle Podcast, everybody. You get what you paid for.
Deal down here, man. Which brings me to the state of America right now. And, you know, they talk a lot about racism and systemic racism and how we're all divided. I don't fucking see it, man. You know, I'm out there just today. I was out watching some guys with a casting net, sitting down, smoking a stogie. Palmetto Bay, kind of checking out the sun, just enjoying the hell out of myself. And, you know, I'm talking to one set of family. It's a black guy and his girlfriend. Then I'm talking to another, a couple of Cubans. And some other people walk by with their kids, and I'm talking to them. They're stopping. They want to talk about the bike. And, you know, it's kind of cool. Everywhere I go down here, I meet friendly people. And that's pretty much everywhere. It was the same thing up in Wisconsin, too. And so, you know, I don't live in an urban area. I'm not in Chicago. I'm not in Miami, Los Angeles, New York City. Not in Tampa Bay. I'm not in any of those big metropolitan areas. And frankly, I don't believe in systemic racism. I think it's been politically advanced. And that's just my opinion on it. You know, you got to really watch what you say on the interwebs nowadays. And, you know, we put this stuff out there on YouTube, and we've got a Facebook page that we post to. And probably wondering, how come Tank's got the headphones on? My ears are all jacked up, man. I got caught in a rainstorm, and it was like sideways rain coming down. I got a little bit of water in my ear, and it just got an ear infection, got in my inner ear, went over the other side of my head, so my ears are all clogged up, and I can't really even hear myself talk. So the headphones kind of help me here, which is kind of a cool thing. I could take them off, but then I'd be sounding like a deaf person. I wouldn't be able to hear a damn thing I said. So that's why I got the headphones on. But I digress, which happens a lot. But I just don't see it, man. You know, we joke about this Tank 2024 for president. Who the fuck would want that job? Jesus Christ. There's so much bullshit that we got going on with all that. I can't tell you. How does it affect me as a biker? I don't know, man. I mean, it hadn't really, none of this has really changed my life too much. I was, stuck to the motorcycle circles. Up north, I stick with the club. You know, down here, I just, stick to myself. I go to, club events and things like that. I talk to other bikers, talk to my neighbors for the most part, but where I live here, it's in a 55-year-old and plus community. And, well, let's just say I'm part of that new wave of retirees that's coming into these areas, purchasing our homes. And there's some older people, about 20 years older than us, and well, they don't quite get our Metallica and Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin music we got jamming out on and riding around on the scooters. And, so, I get some funny looks when I'm cruising around in here. My neighbors are pretty cool, but for the most part, people complain about me, worried about the biker that they have who's riding around, in their area. They're thinking that I'm, shouldn't be here, or maybe I'm going to do something nefarious. I really don't care. I've spent a lifetime with people judging me, and I don't give a fuck. A lot of people that know me, my club brothers, are probably laughing if they knew I was talking about this. They know I just don't give a fuck, because ain't none of you going to change how I do anything. You're not going to change me. There's no sense in it. And last I checked, if you haven't grown up by the time you've hit the age of 50, you don't have to. So I'm choosing not to grow up. I see people my age in here, and I'm like, wow, they look so old. And maybe I do look old. I don't know. I'm just looking out through 20-year-old eyes here, man. 58 years old. I don't care. I just don't care. What do I care about? I care about the old lady. I care about my family, my grandkids, my club brothers. Care about my scooters. Love riding. Love the whole lifestyle associated with it. I was at Sarasota Harley Davidson this week talking to the general manager, and I'm going to be able to line up a few guests, and I'm going to bring them over there and be able to do some podcasts from their pavilion that they've got set up. Well, as it stands right now, who knows? Maybe he'll watch the show and go, geez, we don't want those fucks in here. The hell is that shit? They're a shit show. Well, he's right. But, it'd be nice. So it looks like I'm going to be able to do that. I got a guy coming in I've been talking to. Roy, you're probably watching this. Hey, Roy, what's up, man? You live north of here about an hour and a half, I think. And he had gone on the Lifers Bike Style Facebook page, the main page, and had seen one of our podcasts and just made a comment about us. It was I don't know if he was being funny or not, but I messengered him and called him out on it. And I was like, hey, man, if, we're this bad and we're this, what was it? We're like the JP Cycle supplement that you'd put on the bathroom floor. And so I got in touch with him and said, hey, man, how about you help us up off the bathroom floor and I'll bring you in for an interview. And so, we went back and forth and we've talked, and now he's been, actually I might have turned around a follow, or he's been watching, making some commentary and stuff. And we're going to get Roy down here and get him on the show and talk and laugh about that whole thing. And I've got a Goldwing rider going to come on here. That's right. Real nice guy. Met him, lives down in Cape Coral area. He's one of those, rides in T-shirt and shorts and flip-flops and rides this Goldwing. And I don't know if he knows how I feel about Goldwings. I don't know if he knows the running joke we have here in the Biker's Lifestyle podcast about Goldwings. Frankly, I don't care. I really don't care what you ride. I just can't stand the motherfucking bikes. They look ugly, and that's just my opinion. Some people, they look at the Victory that I ride. I got a 2007 Victory Kingpin Tour. It's got the Freedom 100 in it. It's a nice motor. It doesn't sound like a Harley, But I tell you what, she scoots right along, and I was out earlier today passing people at 100 miles an hour. So she goes, and so, it doesn't really matter what you're on, two wheels, just fucking ride it, man. Yeah, we make fun of it, but, whatever. Get some fucking thick skin, Don't worry about it. Let it fucking roll off your back. Just enjoy yourself. I'll tell you what, though. One of the things I do want to say is I see these people riding around on them little scooters a lot around down here, and we make fun of them, with the riding on the scooters. I got to tell you, I think those people got some of the biggest balls in the world riding those things out in traffic. I mean, you're talking something that can't go 55 miles an hour and barely gets up out of its own way. Those tiny little wheels, it looks like they're going to go on a fucking lawnmower. And they're out there in traffic, you know, and I'll pass them in traffic, and they'll do like the two finger motorcycle high. And for a long time I was a snob and I wouldn't do it, but I was like, fuck it, I don't care, you know. Let me go ahead and give them the two finger wave back. Last week I had to laugh my ass off. I saw some guy in an old Puck moped, one of those old mopeds, the old style mopeds, and he had some ape hangers on it. And I was like, dude, he flipped off in traffic and went down some street, and I couldn't catch him, didn't see where he went. I really wanted to stop and talk to him because I thought that was the funniest looking shit I'd seen in a while. A guy in a Puck Puck moped with fucking ape hangers, you know. Hey, more power to you, man. So, you know, that's kind of what we're doing down here. What I'm doing down here in Florida, and what Dirty and I are planning on doing. They're going to do a studio thing. There, I said studio again. What the fuck? A clubhouse thing where they're going to do some, you know, the standard deal up there. Dirty's got it all planned out, and frankly, he's a much better host than me. I really think so. Dirty's the talent behind this. He's just got a way about him and his words, man, that he uses, and he's real quick off the cuff. And I love that fucker. I do. And together, I think we're a pretty good team. Solo, you know, I'm not sure how this is going to go, how it's going to be received. We did our Thanksgiving message. I put Dirty's segment in the front. I put mine second. And by some of the commentary that we got, I'm not even sure people made it to the end to see that I actually had like 10, 11 minutes of me talking in there doing the same thing as I'm doing right now. So if you missed it, oh well, you didn't miss much. You just missed my fat, ugly ass sitting in front of the camera here talking about God knows what. I actually had some shit written down for that. I was all over the place. It was terrible. This is a lot easier, me just freewheeling it. It's kind of like what we do here in the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast. We're unscripted, uncensored, as it stands, knock on wood, as it stands right now. We've got our intro and shit that we do. It's got the thing from, you know, what do you want? We want freedom. We want a party. You know, that whole intro that we have. And then there's some music that I threw in there, too. It's from a local Chicago band. Well, local, not here, but up in the north, there's a Chicago band called Mr. Blotto. And this was, you know, something taken right off the internetarchives.org. A lot of good free live music on there. Check it out. I downloaded and then just used an excerpt that they had from a Led Zeppelin song. Use that as our music. And I noticed that suddenly we weren't allowed to be seen in Denmark. Denmark said we had some copyright issues. And so I thought it was that song. Turns out it wasn't. Turns out that little video segment that we had at the point in time that we used it, where we took the audio from that video that we used for our intro, and at that point in time when we did it, it was free. It was up for free. Nobody owned it. The guy that owned the rights to it died, and there were no copyright infringement things with it or anything. And then some people started to use it along with us, and I think somebody got smart and they bought it again. And as soon as they bought it, that's when the copyright infringement shit started to pop up. So far, it's just Denmark that's saying, "Hey, you know, we don't want to we can't show it here." And I'm like, it's just Denmark anyway. You know, there are only about 15 million people there. Actually, I've been to Denmark. It's pretty cool place, man. They like to take their clothes off at the beach. Hell, they like to take their clothes off out in public. And if you go downtown, hell, you can just stand on the street and watch people have sex in a window. You know, to advertise what's going on inside. So, kudos to that, man. Any place you can walk around and see a couple of people fucking right there in a window on a street, you know, that's not bad. I was 13 years old when I saw it at the point in time, so kind of meant a lot to me then, you know. I can still see it to this day. But I digress. You guys are used to that, us here on the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast. Got my cat and my dog sitting down here right now looking at me going, what the hell is up with this guy? You know, here he is, talking to himself, talking to a camera. I don't know, man. Just making this shit up as I go along. But, Dirty will probably, add a little bit more magic to this. Hopefully have a little more substance to it. Hopefully have a little bit more with the show. I'm probably going to cut some of this shit out because I'm rambling at this point in time. But either way, it's what it's going to be. I think next week I'm going to go down to Mayaca State Park here in Florida. I'm not too far from it. And I think it's $6 you can go in. And it's a huge, huge area on Mayaca Lake and then Mayaca River. And there's just wild alligators everywhere. Kind of cool. I was watching some people down there about a month ago. And they're on the side of the river fishing, Mayaca River fishing. And they're throwing their lures out there and then working them. And all of a sudden the one guy looks down because there was this big, it must have been a 12, 13-foot gator just sitting down like 6 feet out in the water. And all he had was just two little eyes just sitting up there, look. And he throws his cast out and then looks down and he's like, oh, shit. And, I was on the other side of the river. I couldn't see what he was saying, but I'm sure he said, oh, shit. And you saw him reel that lure in real quick, pack his shit up, and he was gone. There was another guy who was working down about 20 yards down from him. And he kind of watched the guy leave and then kind of looked over and started fishing a little and then looked over and then, boom, he was packed up and gone too. Because, there's no fencing. You can just walk right down. Hell, if you want to pet him, you can. In fact, Pops was here last winter, and he and I took a ride in there, and I kept on trying to convince Pops, hey, man, why don't you go down there? There's a big gator sitting down there, and he looks pretty quiet. Looks like he's sitting there. Why don't you go down and pet him, and I'll take a picture. We'll put it up on the Facebook page. But for some odd reason, he wouldn't do it. For some odd reason. Jesus, those things are prehistoric, man. I got one right here in the backyard. In fact, the dog has seen it a couple of times, and now he won't even go near the water. We used to bring him out there, and he'd take a dump all over the place right down near the water. Nope, stays right up near the house now. He knows, because that thing will probably take him. He's a 100-pound German Shepherd. I think that thing will probably take him for a ride, stick him under a log, let him rot a little before he eats him. And, I certainly wouldn't want that to happen to him. He's pretty cool dog. But nonetheless, that's kind of our winter plans here. Got some other stuff in mind. Who knows? We'll just make shit up as we go along here in the Biker's Lifestyle Podcast. I don't want to get political because, ain't fucking nothing going to happen. Nothing will change. They'll put it out there in the news. They'll bitch and moan about it, and you'll see everybody get all up in arms over it. We've got this evidence. We've got that evidence. Watch this video. Watch that video. Nothing's going to happen, folks. Not one of us is going to be able to change this. I don't even want to talk about how we can change it, because then that'll get us banned, and I'll have black trucks sitting outside my house, and God only knows what'll happen to old Tank. So we'll just leave it at that. Hail Zuck. Yeah. Hail the new minders, whoever you are. Not quite sure at this point in time yet. And I just want to remind everybody, once again, the most dangerous part in your motorcycle is the nut that connects the seat to the handlebars. Peace.